Do you feel the vibes?
Hey YouTube, welcome back to Love for Crypto. So we're going to continue with the technical analysis. We left off in the last episode, saying we're either going to see consolidation from the impulse out of the symmetrical triangle formation, or we could possibly see that extended fifth, which would take us towards the target area which we talked about. So moving on to the chart, this was the green line where we was going to pick it up from, but we're a little bit behind with this one, so I do apologise for that. So obviously we're a little bit further forward, so we've missed out on this. But yeah, basically we ended up seeing the extended fifth, taking us straight to the target area. We gauged this green box I think when we was around here, so when we'd finished this symmetrical triangle consolidation that we would impulse, and this was our target area. It looks like it's fell slap bang in it. We first come into it, come to the top, bounced off, come back off the top, and then we've rallied out. But at this point, the RSI, I mean the RSI has been ridiculous recently for Ripple. It was really impulsive yesterday. The Asian markets really took it that extra mile yesterday, but as we can see, we started to see the sell-off from that point. We were on a nice little run up here, and then we've come right back down. So we've dropped back into this area, our target area. So having completed what we put towards us, was basically obviously running for our next point. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take it forwards. What I'll do is I'll start from a fresh chart, as we won't be needing this now. So we've got the fresh start. We've definitely seen the bottom. There's no two ways about it now. It's definitely been called that bottom. This is two really good impulses that we've just had recently. So as you can see, yeah, the bottom has definitely been called here. There's a lot of other people saying it, but it just really is looking positive going forwards now with this run, and seeing where it can take us. So first of all, we're going to find some key structural regions. This has definitely played a point, and as you can see, it's actually bounced off there, and this has been a good it's definitely having its pullback now anyway, let's put it that way. So we'd have to definitely put this here as another key area of resistance. But let's go back into the chart more detailed, and what I'm going to do for you today, I'm going to gauge exactly where we're going to hit a dollar and when. Obviously this is just my own analysis. It could definitely not work, but it could work. We've been doing well. We're definitely calling the correct impulse, is what we've been saying in the previous episodes. You've always got to have more than one count when you're doing technical analysis, because you can't just become fixated onto one. You've always got to have a bullish and a bearish outcome in that respect. So what I'm going to do for us, I'm going to get the trend base fib, and I think this is going to be, sorry, from that, we'll be doing it from here, from where it's had its last impulse to the top, and then come back down. So I think from here, likeliness now, as you can see, the 1618 is falling right next to where our last main resistance fell, back over in this region here. It's fallen perfect. I mean, this is why Fibonacci works so well, because if it was to rally up, I mean, potentially, I mean, that's where my target is going to be. I usually use that. You can be more bullish, and it wouldn't surprise me at the moment. You could come to the 2618 further along, but like I say, I like to play it conservative. I think it's definitely the best way to do it. You're more likely to be successful in the trade that you're doing if you are doing intra trading. So we've gauged this line. So what we need to do is now, I've personally been noticing, this is a bit of fundamental stuff here. As you can see, we've been having the impulses on the Thursdays and the Fridays, and then we've been consolidating back through the week up until the Wednesday, and we've been having the other impulses again, which have followed. If this is institutional money lining up in that respect, there will be definitely dollar cost average in it that way. So it does look, it looks like healthy movement. We always want to see the retracement. So what we're going to do, we're gonna mark this area here, the 168. This is definitely our mark. And we'll just put this to green as a target. So it's definitely looking bullish for Ripple moving forwards. I genuinely cannot see this stopping now. I think it's definitely gonna surprise people a lot more than what they think. So what I'll do, I'll remove this structural line, as you already know where it is. We don't need the fib out anymore in that respect. So yeah, as I was saying, I've been noticing myself on the Thursday, Fridays, we are seeing we're seeing gains on these days. This is where we're getting the impulses. We really are. I'm just going to put this vertical right here just for that reason alone. So as you can see, yeah, we've definitely come up from the top. If we get a retracement line up just to see when we did have the reversal and the pullback started commencing. If we pull our retracement, fib retracement, as you can see, the 0382 again, just in the previous videos we stated, it's obeying to these key levels which we're seeing at the moment with Ripple. Again, what we do have to look out for, again, which, you know, we do have these three areas. We have this area and we have this area, and then finally, I mean, these are the three main areas that we're always going to use when we're using such methodology for our trading. So these three, these are definitely key supports. Looking back, we've stuck to this one like in the previous post, and I've got a feeling that we could potentially see that again. If we do fail through here, we definitely will start to see channeling in this direction, but we'll see how it forms out. I think over the next week, I mean, you can never always be right with technical analysis, but I think we could potentially see this sort of formation again fall out in that respect. And I think we could potentially see the break again like we did last week when it gets to the Thursday, Friday. It looks very predictable, but on that note, if institutional money was being dollar cost averaged in, this is what you would definitely see. At the end of the day, we're in the market now, which we could see charts we've never seen before. If we have trillions of dollars that you know, eventually does enter this market, if we have it at a faster pace than what anyone's ever seen before, we'll see chart. And this is why it's so unpredictable. The volatility is still here with cryptocurrency, unfortunately. But what we'll do is we'll have a little pop at what we'll think. We're definitely consolidating, I think, in my eyes now, personally, over the next few days. I think we could potentially be seeing something along the lines of this being played out over these next few days. It's looking very, very bullish again for Ripple. If we can see it, if we can continue with these impulses, as I say, it's just it's fucking great. It's great for Ripple at the moment. I think for the markets in general, they've definitely turned a leaf. I think it's good moving forward for cryptocurrency. Now, I think our target area for the dollar, if not more, I mean, it's looking like more here at the moment. But in a time frame, if this is the Thursday, we're going to see 27, 28, and then by here, I believe this is how we will. I mean, the last run we've had was absolutely phenomenal. As you can see, we've come up, we've come back down, which is done with the RSI now. It's showing Ripple slightly oversold, which will then help towards its next rally. And we'll just have to see how this pans out in that respect. You know, we potentially could see a flag coming down. We could potentially have a wedge, a falling wedge, which is very bullish, to come back up onto the other side. We could have this. We could have a flag. We could have an ascending triangle. But we'll just do this as a rough gauge, definitely moving forward for the next week. And then by the time we do come to the squeeze, we could potentially have that impulse like we've just seen again last Thursday and the Thursday before that. And then we could be hitting our target of the $1.12, call that this region. So anywhere between anywhere between the 26th and the 30th is my call for the 112 region. I hope you've enjoyed this technical analysis. It's a bit basic really for at the moment, but you know, again, these are our key supports we're looking for at this moment in time. When we do come to eventually break, we need to break past this and then obviously come down and then go for the rally moving forwards. But XRP overall is looking good. It's looking promising. Bearable guys dropped us another little trickle into the market for us to all have a look at, but I'll leave that for the next episode. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed watching.
Do you feel the